Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I am doing better. And you guys know that I am here to tell you what I will be putting in my packing list or what I would pack if I was going somewhere for the holidays. Because the holidays is here and I want to show you 10 to 12 items that I decided to give you guys for your packing list for the holidays. Now you can use this for Thanksgiving, you can use it for Christmas, you can use it for New Year's, you can use it for any time of the year, just for the holidays. And we're going to focus on 3 main colors. So if that's some content you would like to see, please continue to watch. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 10 to 12 items plus accessories and footwear that you can put in your luggage for a holiday wardrobe. Now you can do this for Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is coming up, right? So I'm filming this on a Monday, but we're going to hope to have this ready for you guys. When you guys are seeing it, it's probably Thursday, Thanksgiving, or Friday, Black Friday. We'll see how that editing go, all right? But anyway, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, Ciao, Guten, Aloha, Hola, Konnichiwa, Gwaan, Sabonani, Shalom, Bonjour, Tarve. If you are returning, you guys know what to do. Go get you a quick snack, something to drink. Come on back so we can go ahead and get into this video. Now, I'm going to try to keep this video short, sweet, to the point. Keep it sweet, but give you all the details that you need, because I'm going to give you the news that you can use to go ahead and pack your bags for your holiday vacation, but do it on the low and the minimum amount of items that you can put everything in a carry-on bag. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So first things first, you guys know when I do these type of sit-down collections and all of that good stuff, what's the first thing you need to do? Go get your notebook. So I'm going to take a pause for the calls and pause right here and say, go get your notebook to take notes on the holiday item that you can put in your suitcase, okay? Now, these are the only items that you need in your suitcase outside of your undergarments, okay? If you're a female, bra, panties, deodorant, all of that stuff, you guys know what to do. If you're a guy and you're watching this video, you know what to get. You know, your boxers, your briefs, your underwear, your deodorant, your cologne, you know, all of that stuff I don't put in here for this collection. We're going to focus on mainly accessories, footwear, garments, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. So ladies, this is mainly for the ladies, not necessarily for the men. However, you know, you could do the same thing for the men, but just kind of switch out a couple of items, all right? So first item, let's talk about a gray knit sweater. Now, first of all, before we get started, let me talk about the color palette that I am going with. So you guys know I've been kind of like on a neutral color style palette or whatever. So I'm going to stay there for a little bit, but put some hint of color. So this color palette is going to be focusing on black, grays, and some lime green. Now the lime green is just a hint of color because I wanted to do that. I thought about purple, but I'll tell you guys something else that's crazy, probably towards the end of the week until next week, because I have something that I'm going to tell you about for the fall, okay? Because you guys kind of got on to me and was like, I like that, but I don't want to do those colors for fall. I need something colorful, and boom, I got you, all right? So this color palette is your grays, your blacks, and your lime green. So let's go ahead and get into the first item is a gray knit sweater. Okay, you could buy this, you can make this, you could buy the sweater and use your Cricut machine and put something nice on there, you know, home for the holidays or something like that. You can do that. You can make it, but boo, if you are going to make it, I'm going to be giving you 5 patterns. All right, first pattern, Burda 6366. Boop, 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 boop. Love that one, okay, for a knit sweater. Now, not only will you need a gray one, you will also need a white one or a cream style color. I'm going to say more like off-white. but you could do the pattern twice to test the fit, you know what I mean? The second pattern is McCall's 8144. You guys know I raved about this pattern before. This has been made by so many sewers, and it looks like a really good pattern. Next pattern, Butterick 6248. This one looks like a really good one as well. The next pattern is Simplicity 9240. Yes, baby. Come through for it. And then the last pattern is New Look 6772. Now, this is one of the newer ones. You could color block it. And since I said that, you know, this one is focusing on 3 colors, you could do black, gray, and green, or you could do like a gray or a cream and a lime green. You could do a lime green, a white, and a black. Whatever colors you want to do that suits your fancy, all right? But those are the first 2 items, the gray knit sweater and the cream sweater. You could use the same patterns for both of those sweaters. Moving over to the third item. So the third item is, of course, a turtleneck. Now, for me, I have one in my wardrobe. It's a black one, so it's a black turtleneck. Now, I'm only going to give you 2 patterns for this one. The first one being New Look 6683. Now, this one is actually a dress. And like I told you before in my last video, I talked about how you can take a dress that already has the turtleneck and just chop it off at the waist and get you a top. So you could do the same thing for this pattern as well. The other pattern is Mimi G's, I think it's called the Georgia turtleneck. So for this pattern, it's super simple. Mimi G herself have done so many hacks for this pattern, and this would be a good one that you can do for a turtleneck. Let's go ahead and get into the fourth item. So the fourth item would be of course, button-down shirt. So for the button-down shirt, you can make it in whatever color. I'm gonna say white because I already have it in my wardrobe, right? So I would go with a white or a striped color button-down shirt. Now, I'm not gonna give you my 2 favorite patterns because you guys already know Simplicity 9707 or 9708 and Simplicity 1538. This time around, I'm gonna give you new patterns that you can use to get what you want. Because if you do not want a white or a striped button-down shirt, you can also do a shirt dress, all right? So I'm gonna give you 3 patterns. First one is Vogue 9299. So this one I showed you guys before. I have not made this pattern, but it's on my list to sew, all right? The second pattern is Vogue 9029. This pattern, it would look so amazing. I think this would be so good, all right? And then the last pattern, I have done this pattern when I did the Disney African Princess collection. It's McCall 7838. I did that. I'm gonna try to find a picture and put it up so you can see that because I did the top and I also made a dress for my daughter in an African print fabric. I also used the sleeves to go with a shirt dress that I made last year doing Battle of the Dress, which is McCall's 8031, but I used the sleeves of the pattern McCall 7838. I'll link to that video in the description box below as well as on the end screen. All right, let's go ahead and move over to the 5th item that you will need. It's a pussy bow blouse. Now listen, you guys know that I adore a pussy bow blouse, but I only have one in my wardrobe and I bought it instead of make it, all right? So I'm due to make a pussy bow blouse. Now I'm gonna give you a couple of patterns. One of them, I'm gonna give you a PDF pattern. So it is by Sew Over It. It is a pussy bow blouse. So that is the PDF pattern. Go over there, check it out. I'm gonna put it up on the screen so you can see that pattern as well, all right? The next one is McCall 7601. Now this one I have done a long time ago. When the pattern first came out, I did it in a dress. Love it. This is a good pattern, all right? Next pattern is Burda 6026. Nice, lovely pussy bow blouse, all right? Next one, I talked about this one back in the springtime. I wanted to do it, but you know, my plans change and I'm hoping to get this pattern done at some point in time. It's McCall's 8147 for a pussy bow blouse. I think this one in kind of like any type of subtle color, like a gray or a black or a white or a print, it would look amazing for this pattern, all right, for a pussy bow blouse. Next pattern is Simplicity 8131. And for this pattern, I love the white crisp that the model has. And that's what I would be going for this pattern. But I think this one would fit so good as a pussy bow blouse. And the last pattern I'm going to give you, this pattern is one of the new patterns, Vogue 1973. Now, Mo from Sketch So Mo, she literally took this blue polka dot silky fabric and made it do what it do. Now, Mo, she did a sketch, but she also did a complete sew along on her channel. So go over to her channel so you can see what that looks like. I'll go ahead and put the link to her video in the description box below, Vogue 1973. All right. And shout out to Mo for doing that as well. Once again, I'm going to put her YouTube channel up on the screen. It's at Sketch So Mo. All right, next item, the white t-shirt. Now, it's not difficult. We're not gonna make a white tee unless you want to. But I'm just gonna say, buy you a white tee. You can make a V-neck, you can make a crew neck, whichever one you want. But you need a white tee. I would say a white tee, a gray tee, a black tee, all of the colors, just to go with any type of jeans, any type of skirts, any type of bottom. You can mix and match how you see fit, all right? Moving over to the next item. We're now talking about the bottoms, all right? And one of the first bottoms that you need are jeans. Now, I'm going to say you need a pair of gray jeans and you need a pair of black jeans, all right? Now, some people cannot find like the gray wash jeans, and it is very difficult to find gray unless you order them from Amazon. But make sure that, you know, like if you curvy like me, it may not fit. So be prepared to size up, size down. Don't do in between, all right? That's one thing I'm going to tell you. All right, next thing that you're going to need, make sure you put a black A-line skirt. Now, for my black A-line skirt, I have made McCall 7981, I believe. It has buttons on the front, but it's an A-line skirt. And I paired it with like a black top, a white top, a plaid top. I paired it with so many different things. But one thing I will say about a black A-line skirt, it pairs very well with anything, button-down shirt, pussy bow blouse. You get what I'm saying? You get my drift. All right, so for that, you can definitely use your basic skirt sloper like I did and create an A-line skirt, all right? I'm also gonna give you two patterns. First one is Vogue 1944. Now that pattern is just a basic A-line skirt. You can jazz it up how you see fit. The other pattern I'm going to give you is New Look 6710. Same thing, basic A-line skirt pattern. You can size it up and do what it do. Make it do what it do. You could definitely change the silhouette of any pattern if you choose. Just make a couple of hacks, okay? Let's get into the next item that you're going to need is a pair of gray trousers and a pair of black trousers. 2 pairs of pants. You could use the same pattern. Now, I'm going to give you 3 patterns. First one is Simplicity 9756. Now, this pattern is one that I know Cherie Thomas, she did this pattern. Someone else did this pattern just recently. I think it was Brittany J. Jones. Simplicity 9756 is on my list to sew for the summertime. So when I get around to it, you guys will know. All right. Next pattern is Simplicity 8299. Just some quick trousers, throw on pants, and you're good to go. And the last pattern, one of my favorite patterns, McCall 7757. The new pattern, I believe, is New Look 6759. It's the same pattern, okay? I'll put it up. It's either 6758 or 6759. I'll put it up on the screen so you're able to see that. But this one has 2 to 3 rows of casing, elastic casing around the waist, and I love it. So yes, definitely you'll want that pattern in your wardrobe, okay? Moving over to the last 2 items. So the first item is a coat, okay? Now, if you're going to the South, like South Florida, you're not gonna need a coat, okay? You're just gonna need maybe a throw-on jacket, but you're not gonna need a coat. However, if you are going up towards Chicago or Maine or Washington or the Great Lakes, anywhere up there in the month of November, December, you're definitely going to need a coat. So I'm going to supply you with some good patterns that you can use. Vogue 9334. That would be a good pattern for a coat. All right. Another pattern, which is more like a cape, really. It's New Look 6768. This pattern is a reissue pattern of a Vogue pattern, but I feel like this one will cover you with all the different layers that you put on. All right. Next pattern, McCall's 8438 and McCall's 8439. Depending on if you want misses or women's size, this is one of the new patterns that just came out for fall for McCall's. And I think it would fit the bill. You just wrap it and you nice and warm, okay? Use warm fabric, okay? Definitely, you want that pattern. Next pattern is New Look 6767. I feel that this pattern would be a great addition to your wardrobe for a coat for sure. And the last pattern is Butterick 6919. This pattern right here, it came out last year during the fall. I picked this pattern up. And for some reason, I still haven't gotten around to making it, but I stay in Florida. So coats is not like a big thing that we're going to be wearing here in Florida, but I like to pick them up just in case I go to a colder climate. I have no plans on moving from Florida. Okay. So coats may not be in my best interest to buy, but because I do go home and from time to time, and I will tend to want to wear a coat going to these snowy places, you know, where some of my relatives live in Dallas, Texas, and Oklahoma, and Colorado, and those, I call it the Tornado Alley. So yeah, I may need a coat. Moving over to the next item, it is a fleece jacket. Now, you guys know I love a fleece jacket, so I'm gonna give you 4 patterns for your fleece jacket. So the first one is Simplicity 9759. I feel that this one would be good in a fleece. Hear me when I say that. I think it would be good if you do it in a fleece. Next pattern, I actually did a complete sew along for this pattern. It's New Look 6742. I actually made this pattern in a fleece. So your girl know it would be so good in a fleece. And I made it out of this Cornwall blue fabric. Super yummy in that fabric as well. And also with that, like the trim, I just used some scrapped Ankara fabric that I had in my stash. You can do the same thing, and that's how you're able to use some of the scraps that you keep around laying in a bag underneath your sewing table, okay? We're not gonna talk about that, all right? Moving over to the next pattern is Simplicity 8517. I have not gotten around to this pattern, but it's been on my list forever. So what I need to start doing is sew from the top to the bottom instead of moving things, you know, further down the list, okay? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And the last pattern that I'm gonna give you is New Look 6713 for the fleece jacket. Now this one will be super good to do in a fleece fabric. It's more like just kind of like a nice, comfortable jacket that you could throw on, all right? Now that we talked about the 12 items to put in your luggage for the holidays, let's not forget the accessories and the footwear. So for the accessories, of course, if you're going to a colder climate, you're going to need a beanie to cover that head, all right? So cover your head with that beanie, okay? Also, do not forget your belt, okay? And the reason why I say that is, what if you have some jeans where you lost a little weight? So you might need a belt to make sure that it still fits, right? Okay, so don't forget your belt. Also, don't forget your earmuffs. Don't forget your gloves. Don't forget your sunglasses. Don't forget your scarves. Those items you will definitely need in your suitcase, all right? So don't forget those items in your suitcase. Let's not forget the 2 bags that you will definitely need. Okay, so you guys are talking about these little purses. Now, you need a whole freaking tote, all right? Now, because I said that I want to have a color palette of green, I'm going to say a lime green tote. You could definitely make it. You could definitely buy it. You could definitely go to Target. You could go to Walmart for this tote. You just need like a beach tote. And when I'm talking about a beach tote, I'm talking about a long tote. It would be great for you to go. If you do Black Friday shopping, go with this tote and you'll be good to stash a lot of things that's just kind of like a straight up bag in a tote, all right? Another thing that you want as far as accessory goes is a sling bag, okay? So you got your tote for the little bitty bags. You know, you're gonna go to all the stores. You want that little tote, but you also want a sling bag that's gonna tie and buckle that you don't have to carry a whole freaking purse over your shoulder. Instead, you have a sling bag where you can actually have the bag in the front instead of in the back of you, all right? So you want a sling bag, all right? So those are all the accessory items that I'm gonna give you. Let's move over to footwear. Now, for the footwear, of course, you're gonna need 3 things for your footwear. Do not go out of town trying to style every single outfit and you have 6 pairs of shoes. And when you get to TSA, they say, sorry, ma'am, but your bag is over 70 pounds. Please, you know, step over to the side. And then you want to argue with TSA. I'm giving you this so you could roll and have like 35 pounds worth of stuff because you can wash your clothes instead of 75 pounds worth of stuff, and then they want to charge you an extra $25 to $50 on TSA, and you looking like, hold up, wait a minute. But it fits. No, it doesn't fit nicely in there, okay? So you need 3 things. You need a black pair of boots. You need some Uggs, but if you like me and not go pay $300 for some Uggs, you could get some Uggs look-alike, okay? From Target. They have them, okay? You could get some look-alike, or you could get some that looks similar to it, but they're not Uggs, all right? So I'm gonna say a black pair of boots. You could get the rider boots. You could get any type of, I have tons of black boots, okay? I'm not talking about the heel boots, just your normal, basic black boots that you could wear. You could dress up or dress down. Your Uggs or your, I'm gonna say brown, cognate colored style boots, right? You need that. And the last thing you need is a white pair of Snickers. Not Snickers, not sneakers, not Snickers like the candy. Sneakers, okay? Snickers are on my mind because I do want some Snickers, but that's not what we're talking about today. We talking about sneakers that you put on your foot, all right? So those are all the footwears that I'm gonna give you as well. 12 items, some accessories, footwear, in order for you to be on high alert when it comes for these holidays. So make sure that you have your notebook. You could definitely rewind this video back and write down all of the items that you will need to have a successful packing adventure for your next holiday festivities and when you're going on vacation. All right. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And since you made it this far, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. Also smash that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, keep sewing.